Hey guys, I have a horrible stomachache today, as you can tell, but the show must go on. Um, I'm gonna respond to Brian. Thanks for the comment, Brian. And I think it's just such a rich comment that there's a lot in it. And as you can tell, I'm a little sick today. So yeah, I'm gonna go slow. But here's the comment. I love this. And this was for my boxing video yesterday. I love this. Honestly, for much of this month, I wasn't resonating at all with your posts and didn't feel called to look at them. Of course, I saw this as an opportunity to see why that was and to accept you more as who you are. But then I saw this notification, my first boxing class. Immediately, my heart rose up. I really enjoy the normal side of you, and it shines forth in the boxing video somehow. I hope to see more of that because you are a really cool dude. And yeah, first of all, just thanks for the feedback and being so honest and open. It's really cool that you're willing to share your truth, and that's beautiful. And I was just reading this, and one of the things I was seeing, like an opportunity, what the opportunity was, and sometimes it's an opportunity to just do what you did, tune them out. Unsubscribe, put like a boundary up, like, whoa, Matthew's energies aren't resonating. I'm going to take a break from what's coming through him, because maybe for you, this month has been realizing, like, when you get to say, oh, you get to learn when something's not for you. Like, instead of, like, I would ask you, like, is accepting me as who I am in all of these different shapes I show up, does that feel authentic, Or does it feel authentic to kind of just do this? Like, no, not for me, and either like, not watching for a while like you've done, or unsubscribing, something like that. Because, for me, I'm not, it feels like there's a should there, like I should accept Matthew, maybe. And I get what you're doing that is, like, I could see another way of saying that. What is it that I can't accept in Matthew in these posts? Maybe that's reflecting to me something I can't accept in myself, perhaps. But for me, it's just more like maybe boundaries, like being able to say no. Like, even though maybe you love me on a deep soul level, maybe whatever, the energies, the messages that were coming through, they're not for you to watch, but they're just for you to, like, kind of say no to. And it's so funny you wrote this, because I had this exact same experience yesterday with Kyle Cease. And he's someone that, my teachers have helped me the most with healing and just in general. But Kyle Cease's videos have resonated with me more deeply than anyone else's videos ever. I've watched probably over 100 of them. And he's the person I still watch to this day. Like, I don't watch a bunch of spiritual stuff unless I'm going through a really hard time. But he's stuck with me ever since. And yesterday, in the first 5 seconds, 10, 15 seconds of his video, I was just like, I was just kind of repulsed. I was like, no. And I just exited the video. I was like, that shit is not for me today. Now, does that mean I'm going to create a judgment about him and whatever, and I can never watch him again and stuff? And I'm not saying you're doing that for me, but it just, when this happens, no, it's just like, this stuff works on a helix. So, like, sometimes our consciousnesses, they come like this, and it's like, whoa, Matthew's videos, or for me, whoa, Kyle Cease's video, that was exactly what I needed. And then we circle back out, because we heal on a helix. And then maybe I watch a video of Kyle's when we're this far apart, and I'm like, that shit is not for me. And then I just learn, like, to let myself, it's like, I didn't try to, like, force myself to accept Kyle in that state. I just was like, I just didn't feel safe with his energy. And I just was a firm no, I'm not going to let this into my consciousness. And it doesn't mean anything bad about him, because for someone else, that same video could have been like the breakthrough, monumental, because him and someone else could have been like this, right? So it's just understanding that. And I've done this with many content creators. I've had this happen with many clients, with many people who watch my channel. They'll come to me and say, I hadn't been watching your content for a year, but all of a sudden it's resonating again. I literally had that happen today. And I think even Jennifer, if you're watching this, you even told me something similar. So yeah, it just could be like we're right here, and then yeah, allowing, maybe it comes back, maybe it doesn't. Not being attached to that on either side. Like, I'm not attached to what you guys want to do with your money and your subscriptions, and it's like, it's an energy thing. It's not personal because it's all just a state of being. It's all a movement of interconnected oneness. So I'm not grasping at an individual person like, I need your support, or I need your, I'm just like allowing the Divine Mother to support me through whoever she chooses to support me, through who's ever right here with me at that given time. And that can always change. I definitely have some more steady long-term clients, but I would say the stable of like my clientele, it's always, it's kind of shifting and moving. And I'll talk to someone like 3 times in a week for a month, and then I won't hear from them for 6 months. And it's just like they needed to go elsewhere for something. And I have that with my teachers. It's like, I'm vibing with this teacher for a while, and now I'm going back to this one more. And it's just, so it's just allowing of that. I just wanted to hit on that part. Like, you don't have to accept me. You don't have to force yourself or anything there. Yeah, it's just, it's just all, it's not personal, right? It's cool. Like, I love it when you're here and you're resonating. I love it when you're here and you're stating your truth. Like I said, I'm sick as fuck today, so I don't probably have the most eloquent answer to this. I just wanted to like free you of any codependency. There was, any type of codependency that you feel obligated that I have to keep liking Matt, or I have to find a way to accept him, even when he's in a state of energy that doesn't align with me, or that I just don't really feel resonant or safe with, right? And just like to give yourself that freedom. It's like, it's cool, man. No worries. And it's like, of course, at the depths, we're always, I'm sure, like, rooting for each other, and we care deeply, and these are beautiful things. Like I said with Kyle, like, I'm just going to be allowing, and if it cycles back, and I'm sure it usually always does with him, that's amazing. It'll cycle back, and it'll be the perfect video, maybe in 3 months or a year, or maybe not. And maybe someone else will fill into that place, and Kyle will be moving somewhere else energetically to be of service for other people. It's just all so fluid. We're all changing shapes so dramatically and so rapidly right now that, how we're showing up on a day-to-day basis, it's just like so different. It's like, I don't know who I'm going to be tomorrow. I don't know what kind of energy is going to be in me, what kind of triggers I'm going to be working through, how connected or disconnected I feel from source, and to be real transparent, as I've been this whole time, it's like, I've really used this challenge to post a lot of healing videos from me. And what that means is I've been embodying a lot of wounded states here, and I've been feeling really free to do that. And if you've noticed, I haven't been posting on YouTube for precisely that reason. It's because I haven't wanted to embody these wounded states and be seen by a lot of people. I just wanted this small, intimate space to do that. And then, yeah, if you guys find, value out of it, cool. If it helps you, great. If it's supportive, amazing. If you're like, I don't want to watch you when you're embodying this wounded state, it doesn't feel safe to me, it feels whatever your feelings are, that's amazing too. Perfect. Then you get to not watch it. You get to, you have that option to set a boundary, even with the people that you may admire in some ways. Like, I admire Kyle Cease. That doesn't change for me, but I can still say, nah. I get to tell Cesare, no, that didn't resonate. I have one of my teachers, Julian, and one time I had a chunk of the session, or at least a little bit of the session, revolve around, hey, the way you taught me how to work with that aspect of awakening, it doesn't work for me, and just feeling the ability that I get to say that to him. You get to say what you said to me, and it doesn't mean there's less love. It doesn't mean anything like that. It's so not personal. Just an interplay of fluid, changing, and evolving energies. So it's serving us all. It's like, cool. Me sharing, and I've been like, look at today, I'm sick. My nervous system is stuck, frozen. I have tons of rage under the surface coming up and out. And I'm here sharing, and it's like provoking things, because I might be in these states, and it might trigger you, like, holy shit, what's that energy, because, and I've done this kind of stuff on YouTube before, but I guess my ego still has these preferences of like when we really want to be seen. Like I really like to be seen, like all of us, when I'm more like in a integrated state, right? And this month has just been all about healing, to be honest, and it's been amazing. But yeah, it hasn't really been about, for me, like business growth or, you know, these types of things. It's just been more about like working through some really deep core wounds. And one of the ways I've been able to do that and move that energy is sharing with this very precious group. And so I could tell my higher self actually has wanted to keep this small for this last month, because I wanted this small group, you know, because this stuff is really hard to work through. And so that's how I've been utilizing this for my healing. And so, of course, as I heal, it heals the one. So it is for the highest good to be doing this if it's helping and supporting me. And like I said, maybe that trickles down for you guys. And some videos you're like, oh yeah, I'm going through that too. But also it's like building a foundation for me to be more steady when I do feel like I want to be big again, when I do start going back to YouTube, which I feel like will be very soon. It's like I work through a lot of big chunks of trauma and darkness, and I've been like alchemizing so much that it's like my field is really freeing up and liberating, because I'm like, oh, I'm going to be seen in this shape, and then this shape, and then this shape I'm really scared to be seen in and judged in, and this shape that I probably people aren't going to like me as much. Like I can totally intuit, you know, the energies that are coming through, and psychically I can always tell like what YouTube videos are going to have what reception. It's always pretty, like I've done it so many times, you know, and I'm so aware of energies. But sometimes the purpose of a video isn't for you guys to like it necessarily. It's just for a part of an aspect of me to be seen by the light, to be met by more light. And that's what we do when we share creatively, even when we're not in our whatever highest space. We let our more wounded parts get seen by the light. And in the long run, of course, that leads to more growth and expansion, because like those dark parts, they're filling with light. Like when I shoot videos from a wounded state, or maybe a little bit of or a lot of it of an ungrounded state, like I have this month, it's like those parts get to come up and be seen, and then I get to fill in those areas with more light. It's like more integration. Basically, I've been embodying fragmented aspects of myself. And that can feel like maybe ungrounding and unsafe, you know, when someone's doing that. But it's been, I'll say, so healing for me. And so that's why I've been deciding to do it. It's been a hard thing to do, you know, at times, because I can tell as I'm doing it, I'm like, there's this egoic part, the wounded masculine, that's like everything we share has to be for growth, like the business growth, the financial growth has to attract more clients, has to get more subscribers, right? But I just started like going beyond that this month and being like, you know, this is just to heal. That's fine. Whatever the subscribers do this month, it's going to do. I might have less. I might have a few more. I just recognized like halfway through this month, it's like, I'm not going to trick myself into thinking I'm doing this for more subscribers right now, you know, or to grow in a financial way. Like, I think I feel in my soul, like those things are coming and they'll happen. But right now it's just like, yeah, I'm just going to bear myself. I'm going to light it on fire and just like burn it down, like the burning of the phoenix, you know, and just like really cleanse and purify this energy field. And I've been in such a great location to do that. I've had a really prime opportunity to do so. But I feel that's shifting. I felt like I've been in the ground as a seed, and I could feel myself starting to birth into more light or something, like a little bit yesterday, a little bit today, and I can like feel that happening, you know, and I've gone through the death and rebirth cycle so many times. I just kind of know how it moves. And when I'm in a death cycle, shit don't grow, you know, like in the ways that our ego needs them to grow. But we heal, and then that leads to a really beautiful rebirth. And that's, you know, everything's the nervous system, right? When it comes to manifestation and abundance. If your nervous system is relaxed, you're going to be in a very abundant vibration. But when we're doing the deep healing trauma work, you know, it's like we're going to be in fight, flight, or freeze a lot. So it's going to be hard for things to manifest in an abundant way, because we're going to be seeing the world through like terrified eyes, rageful eyes, grieving eyes. But it's like a teaching. Like, can we be okay with that? Can we be okay with getting the reflection of the traumatic state we're in, you know, or are we someone who just always needs to feel good, you know? I used to have a lot of that in me. And now I'm just more okay with like, yeah, Patreon channel. I guess it's growing. It's whatever. Not as many, like being okay with like, yeah, not as many sessions, but wow, am I having so many sessions with the little ones in here, right? And so just like letting myself be grateful that I have this time and space to really delve deep into shadow, deep into the unconscious realms of my consciousness, and seeing it as a gift, and like knowing like we don't always have to be pushing for more growth, and because a lot of I used to source my self-worth from how many clients I had, or from how much money I made in a month, or how many YouTube subscribers I had, or if the Patreon's growing or not. And to this month, a lot of that's just kind of dying. It's just kind of dead. It's like, I think underneath that was like, if I'm not getting more and more and more of those things, then I'm unsafe. It actually wasn't a lot of times super authentic. Like there is a lot of authenticity there. It's like fun to grow. It's fun to expand. It's fun to meet new people, to have new experiences and opportunities, of course. Who doesn't love that? But I think a lot of times my need for more and more and more of it all wasn't really that authentic. It was just like because I was afraid of being unsafe. And I was afraid like if I didn't grow at, you know, at whatever rate, then I wouldn't be provided for or something. So just like those survival fears will actually cause us to push and to force. And it would cause me maybe to get in front of the camera and to maybe share what's not real, because I thought I needed to be in this other state, because then people will be more attracted to me and I'll get what I need to feel safe, right? And honestly, I think that died a while ago pretty good, because that doesn't really happen anymore as much, in maybe more subtle ways. But yeah, so thank you for the beautiful question. Didn't realize I'd talk for 17 minutes in a very, I forgot I had a stomach ache. That's what happens when we serve, when we just show up, you know, things kind of, do you see my eyes? I'm so sick. I have like the flu or something. But yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed the last video. That's cool. We got met back here. And I think that could be why, Brian, is because I'm going through a lot of masculine wounding stuff now. I was healing a lot of the feminine wounds this month. Who knows? It's all kind of one. It all starts blending together. If we try to analyze why this happens, we'll go in circles, and it's endless. It's infinite, the reasons why, you know, and it's just like, man, it just is. And it's beautiful however it is, you know, whether we're here or here, it's all the same in a sense. It's just our minds making judgments about it. That can be, you know, whatever. Anyways, much love to you all. Thanks for being here. We'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.